Hello, Kristin. This is your natal chart reading with your favorite guru, Cedd God's Wisdom. So I want you to go ahead, relax, light your good incense, set the mood. Just open up your mind to be able to take in this wisdom, this information, because there's a lot. Astrology is like an onion. We about to peel back so many layers. I always tell people, give yourself time, grace, and patience to unravel this web, unravel this onion, this ball of yarn that you have to pull through to understand your whole script, your whole complex configuration of who you are, where your soul going, where your soul come from, and all the things in between. So remember, I want you to come in with an open mind, open heart, do heavy research, get your pen and paper out, pause, rewatch a couple times. I definitely recommend getting the recap sessions going forward. And I tell people, like, after they get the natal chart reading going forward, you only book like recap sessions for us to keep going deeper into the natal chart once you start having those questions. Like once you start doing heavy research, that's the session you'll constantly book is a recap, so we can keep going deeper and deeper and deeper into the natal chart. So I don't know how much you know. I remember you was telling me you knew some stuff about astrology, but I'm gonna still go through my spiel and how I introduce the paperwork. But this is, I take the wheel from here and I make it into square charts. I don't know why Mercury retrograde. I don't know why I didn't come out with the lines, and I had to do like four charts. Uh, and the lines didn't print out, but the boxes didn't print out. I had to draw a box right here. But yeah, it's some crazy energy going on. But this is how I do it. Like, I think you say you knew you was a Scorpio rising. So yeah, you are a Scorpio. You are becoming the sun. The moon is who you are on the inside. So the sun is who people meet when you're out and about, having a good time, your spirit. The moon is the soul, who people see you as once they get to know you. And the rising sign is how the soul and the body looks, okay? And your entry point into the world. Uh, let's see. And these are the planets. The planets are characters. The sign they in is the clothes, and the houses they are in is the expression and the stage that these characters and clothes be played out in. Okay, so I want you to write that down. Um, that's their wisdom to connect the dots with that. Now, two, this is your energy. You're leaning more into the masculine side. So make sure you're balancing those energies. And we're going to talk about this more throughout your chart, the notes I had took down. So you're leaning more into masculine energy. So make sure you're balancing that feminine energy. Feminine energy is receiving. So I want you to remember that too. If we could talk about that later, like if we do a recap with me, we could talk about ways how to fix a lot of things, because like I told you, I like to look at like what's the problem, what's going on, what's an obstacle that this soul has to go through this lifetime, and how can they rectify that, to have an easy and better life and get some good karma on their journey. But yeah, feminine energy is very real soft, receptive, and really intuitive. It's very feminine energy. Masculine energy is the hustler, the go-getter, the go energy, the provider, in a sense of, outward expression. Feminine is more internal. Your, like I say, your chart ruler is Pluto. A lot of people, because it's Scorpio, people like to correlate Mars being like the first ruler and Pluto like the second. I like to go with Pluto is more accurate for me. So we're gonna look at Pluto, but you could definitely look at like when you have two chart rulers, it's like a story A, story B type situation. With that, then I want you to write down the North Node is New Karma, South Node is Master Karma. The North Node is like a new credit card. The South Node is a maxed out credit card. Things you accumulated, things you have collected over the past life, okay? And the North Node is new credit card, new karma, things you have to experience that is new for the soul. Now, I think I was telling you about the heavy karmic planets, fear-based planets. It's Lilith, Saturn, Pluto, South Node. And we're going to talk about those planets in a second. Okay, and then this is also, don't share this information with people you don't trust. Like, I don't know if you know, like, people be on social media, people ask about, oh, what's your rising sign? You can share like your rising sign, like your Venus and your sun and all that, but like going deeper into like the aspects we about to talk about and certain things you have to hear. You can if you want, but I'm very private because I tell my people be private about certain things because people nowadays are in astrology, and I seen firsthand with a guy when I was working. I was telling the girl about her astrology and broke it down, and he listened to our whole conversation, and used that wisdom against her to try to woo her. So I'm just very, very skeptical about being private and not really sharing too much of your natal chart with too many people that you don't trust. Okay, I just want to throw that out there because I do see you have a stalker aspect with that Pluto being in the 12th house. So again, I want you to get your pen and paper and I want you to research. Like I say, this is a journey. It's going to take a minute. So I want you to get your good notebook that's strictly for your astrology and your astrology wisdom and notes. And let me know if you need me to send you the astrology book I teach from. It's an amazing read. It breaks everything down. It's very, 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 very educational. Now, on this part, you can see this is the aspect side. Aspects is conversation. Each aspect is like strands of DNA or strands of conversations and strands of karma, strands of like scenarios that got to be played out, or like different storylines that's woven into the person. Okay, as you can see, you have a lot. That is a lot, your body and soul dealing with. Like I when I was reading it before I printed it out, I had printed it out and I was getting ready to take my notes. I started crying because me reading somebody's chart is very, very intuitive. It's like a heart to heart. Like I'm touching on your soul. I'm touching on very, very sacred, sensitive parts of you that you might not even know about. So like I said, I started, crying a little bit in the sense of like I felt that your soul is tired. Your soul been through so much. Your soul is just like you want to be done. You want to like be able to transform. It's like I just picked up so much energy off of your soul being just, I kept hearing tired. You're tired. You're tired. You really want to be free of, like, I'm hearing like heavy karmic burdens of the parents. And that plays a lot. Like you see, I got some key points highlighted, and that you could, like, I'm zooming in and pause. Like, now when you do a recap, I give you this copy. But before the recap, you could definitely start doing your own research. Like here, I'm gonna zoom in and you could pause. So you'll type in Google and you can also type in YouTube. Moon square Pluto. That's very, very. I had that aspect. That's very, very hard to deal with. Moon square Pluto, and that's like your mom being a gangster type energy. You could be like, Pluto is like the mobster energy. It's very, very interesting when it touches on the moon or the sun, dealing with the mom or the dad being like a very, very gangster type energy. But yeah, so you type in Moon Square Pluto in Google, YouTube, and take your notes on that, and you do that for each aspect. That's a lot of homework. Okay, I want you to do your homework. Remember, take your time. It's not a rush. Take your time. You also type in like North Node conjunct Palace, Uranus trine Vesta, Sun trine Lilith, and you see right here North Node conjunct Pallas. I am Pallas Athena. So focusing on that Athena energy is your new karma, your new destiny point. Okay, and we're gonna talk about that a little later. Very interesting when I saw that. That's how it's like it makes sense why you're coming back around and linking back up with me like later on in life, because the reason why it's so later, because Saturn is ruling your North Node. Saturn is the Lord of time, karma, and also deals with restrictions. So basically, Saturn give you things later on in life. So that's why it's like now you about to get everything Pallas Athena, that wisdom, that ability to connect the dots, that war battle strategy, that energy, like I said, of connecting things and making it make sense. But you'll do this research for every aspect, okay? So I'm gonna try to pause it so you could look and take your notes and write down each one, and start diving deeper into your soul. Okay, so that's it's like I said, it's an onion. It's a journey. It's gonna take time, but I'm going to go ahead and get into, let's see, the notes I put on the front. So I'm gonna just flow from this point on. But also, like I said, I'm gonna touch on, as you can see right here, I got Pallas Athena and a Lilith energy. Uh, and this before I'm bringing it up because I don't want to forget, because I obviously got this card sitting right there. Black Moon Lilith, she is the mystery. Black Moon Lilith is also Dark Mother. She is Adam's first wife. She was created with Adam, like how Eve was created from Adam. She was created with Adam. So she is the first woman, he's the first man, but Eve is the second woman. You know, that's, I don't know if you ever knew anything about Lilith's story and how that really worked out. Backstory of Lilith, Adam, Eve, and all that shenanigans they did in the garden. But yeah, a lot of people don't know about her because she's a mystery. She's secret. She, like I say, she's the first person to create divorce. Adam is the first person to do a love spell. You know, so yes, it was a man that created love spells. It wasn't a woman that created love spells. It was a man. But yeah, she is do research on her because she's tied into your North Node. Like you have Pallas Athena and Lilith conjunct. Well, not well, you got Pallas conjunct your North Node, but you have Lilith conjunct the North Node ruler. So I remember telling Saturn rules your North Node, but you have both of those energies, those feminine archetypes, tied to your destiny points. Okay, but yes, this is Black Moon Lilith, and she deals with the secrets and mysteries of life. Very powerful goddess, dark goddess energy. So going into this Scorpio, oh, I was just so shocked when I saw it. Well, not I say shocked, because I just, Scorpio energy is very, very intense, in the sense of a lot of people don't like to deal with it or talk about it because it's secretive for one. But Scorpio energy deals with the underworld. Brace yourself. I'm about to go there with you. I'm about to go deep, deep, deep in there with you. So I want you to do your research. And everything I say can be backed up through research, okay? I'm not going to tell you nothing to like throw you off your game. I'm giving you all the insight and wisdom to put you on game so you know how to work your energy, master your energy, and complete the cycles of this lifetime. So now going forward, you know the cards you've been dealt, and now going forward, you're able to create new, fresh, new karma for yourself and have the awareness and clarity of your journey fully, okay? So with the Scorpio rising and the ruler being Pluto, it deals with secrets, other people's secrets, being like that spy energy, like a fly on the wall energy. It also deals with dark goddess energy. Again, Scorpio Pluto is dark, and then you have the ruler of Scorpio Pluto on your ascendant, on your head. Okay, so picture you're this lotion, and the 12th house Pluto is right here on your head, right there. He's coming behind you. So that point I want to talk about too is somewhere in here. I think, where is it? I think it's on the other page where I talk about be careful of stalkers, because the 12th house deal with foreign lands, and you could go out to a foreign land or another state, another city, and somebody could like hurt you, harm you, or try to do dark things to you, because that's the way your chart is configured. And again, I want you to remember that this is your chart. You chose this. You sat up. Everybody sat up there with the archangel of reincarnation and chose all their natal charts. All this to experience and develop and deal with whatever karmas or unfinished karmas that they wanted to settle here on the Earth school. But yeah, dark goddess energy in the sense of Scorpio is the planet of destruction. It is that dark goddess energy of like the angel of death energy. It deals with reaping. Pluto energy is like the underworld energy. Is very, very dark. Like Pluto energy and Lilith energy is like very, very similar. So that's two dots right there, because I look at patterns. There's two dots right there pointing to you having a lot of aspects pointing to dark energy, dark goddess energy, the occult, hidden, secret, spy energy, mystic, magic, the magician energy, shadow worker, meaning with Scorpio energy and people that have Scorpio placements, you deal with triggering other people's shadows. So that's where I got into the point of like fears of getting close to others, because some people may see you as intense, some people may see you as what's going on with her, or like that nosy energy, want to know everything about you. Because again, secrets, it could deal with your secrets or other people's secrets. You come in and just like you could be reading a book and out the blue somebody's telling you their secrets, or you come across somebody's secrets or secret information that you wasn't really looking for, but you have that energy. And that's anybody have Scorpio energy or heavy Pluto um, aspects. And remember, I want you to write this down too, aspects are conversations. So that's how many times the planets are talking in your chart. Squares, oppositions are like hard, and like if you want to just give you an example, like to understand if how a person is racist, a racist aspect, that person will have a lot of oppositions because they deal with opposing forces. That's like a racism or like a bipolar energy, because it deals with something outside of yourself triggering you to act a certain way. That tug of war energy. And squares deal with unfinished karmas. Conjunctions deal with, like I said, like I showed you earlier with the lotion and the car behind it. Like the conjunctions deal with energy sneaking up on you, like you don't see the energy coming. Sextiles are real good. It's sextiles. It's like a sex. It's like it's those energies like manifest easy for you. That's a good aspect. Trines are easy flowing aspects as well. You have a lot of trines in your chart. Come on, instant. The instant all in my face. I'm sorry. Hold on, give me 1 second. Oh, let's see. So yeah, that's I wanted, because I know the aspects is a lot. It's a lot of work. So like I said, just give yourself some time with the aspects. And like I said, I'm here for you. I'm here. Whatever you need, we go deeper. We're gonna get it together. I'm here to help my people. So going back to the fears, shadow worker, meaning shadow worker deals with like you're gonna be dealing with the darker side of life a lot, because you have a lot of Pluto, a lot of Lilith placements. Um, let's see what else. Fears deal with like again phobias, like just a lot of things could trigger you of like being scared until you wake up and do the subconscious work and figuring out that fear is just illusion, false evidence appearing real. So it's like, is it a fear or is it a subconscious trigger that something happened in the past life where you may be afraid of it this lifetime, but in the past life you abused it? Because I learned a lot through studying and working with a lot of people. A lot of times when people fear something or lack understanding of something, or don't just want to touch or talk about something, they abuse that energy or that archetype in a past life. So this lifetime you reincarnate with the having a fear of it. Like I said, I talked about stalkers, underworld energy. Yes, underworld. You have a lot of hell connections. The 12th house deal with sleep. That's why I think I put in here protection while sleeping. Pluto in the 12th. So you research Pluto in the 12th. So like that with all the planets, and that's another part of homework. You research Uranus in the second, Neptune in the second, and I gotta ask because I noticed a lot of people got Uranus in the second. They're smokers. So do you smoke? I will. Give me the answer later, but it's interesting to see. Neptune in the second, North Node in the second, Pallas Athena in the second house, Saturn in the third house, Lilith in the third house, Fortune in the third house, and Fortune is your fortune, what you're fortunate and lucky at. Mars in the fifth house, Juno in the sixth house. So this placement right here shows that you can work well with your soulmates or meet a lot of your soul family and soulmates at work. So you have two, because the money house is the second, the sixth, and the 10th. You have Jupiter and you have Juno, the soulmate, the commitment planet, a commitment to a soulmate in your work houses. So it shows that you're meeting your husband or your spouse or your lovers through work. They will be doing some type of work. Like one of my favorite aspects from you is, and that's nothing that made me water up and tear up, was Vesta, because I love the goddess Vesta energy. She deals with making things sacred, your sacred mission from God, your sacred mission for your mission here on earth, what the person holds sacred. And by you having Vesta in Virgo, Virgo, with your Jupiter being in Virgo, and Jupiter is also a lucky planet. Um, and it deals with, like I said, your husband, children, your gurus, your teacher, college professors, and it's all in Virgo in the 10th house of career and fame and legacy. Your legacy is to leave behind, because Virgo, think about Virgo. What is Virgo? Service, helping children, or you could meet your husband or spouses or soulmates. And when I say soulmates, it could be friend, a good long life friend, or a new friend that come in this lifetime and be a long life friend or whatever. Like you can meet a lot of that good soulmate energy through your career and your work life. Okay. But this is beautiful because, like I said, Vesta energy is so sacred. It's like from the Divine Mother passed down to you to bring here on the planet to help the planet in some way, form, or fashion to each soul Pacific mission. And it's in Virgo. Virgo is of service, helping others, healing work. That's why I put on here healer. Connections to the mother, sacred mission. When I say mother, I mean the divine mother, the goddess. Can meet husband through same mission work, heal the father, masculine wound first. Because I said this because a lot of us have wounds with the parents, and Jupiter, I know Jupiter deals with the husband, so I always tell my female clients that, if you want a husband or if you just want the benefic energy of Jupiter, you want to heal that father energy, you want to heal that masculine energy. And if you don't have a good relationship with the father, that will go into meditation and prayer and offerings to Jupiter himself, Zeus, or any male deity or saint that you pray to or work with will help correct that wounded masculine father energy in your chart or anybody's chart. Jupiter also represents big. Jupiter and Venus represents big money in the chart as well, um, and it shows big money through service and healing work. Like I say, research the energy of Virgo, and you'll understand that what I'm saying more. So you have to go research. I know you looked up the sun, but I want you to look up the moon in Leo. That's who you are on the inside. Mercury, your mind. Mercury in Gemini. And that's a good sign too. You have root planets in a rulership, meaning that energy is going to function very, 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 very well for you. So Mercury is in Gemini, Mars is in Aries, Pluto is in Scorpio. These are signs they rule. Basically, these planets are at home, or we could say they are wearing clothes that they love. So they're gonna feel good. They're gonna, like I say, work well for you. They're going to produce good energy for you. Now that's layer one. Layer two would be, because it's layers. Layer one, when I see that, that's good. But here's the but. If it's got a square to something, that would change it. Squares are, like I say, bad. Like, say you got, see right here, you got Mars square Uranus, that's bad. This could show, because Uranus rule over gay people. Uranus rule over anybody that's different, weird. Just listen to Beyonce's song, Alien Superstar. It deals with anybody, because Uranus rule over aliens, gay people, anybody that's different, unique. And your own unique spark. What makes you unique? That's Uranus, okay? But you have Mars, the sexual planet, your masculine side, squaring off unfinished karma, fears with, it could be like your gay side, or being different, or fears around just standing out, or fears around being unique, or fears around expressing your sexuality, fears around again, it could be because Uranus rule the internet, fears around men, or it could be fears around, like I said, masculine, that masculine energy, or fears around, I want to say gay men, or just fears around anybody that could be different. So it either can go your way, you fear that, or you could attract people that have issues with those type of Uranian energies. And you also got a double dose of Mars squaring off Neptune. Neptune can rule over gay people, or people that are like balanced in that masculine and feminine energy. Like you can look at some people, some men or women that just express both of those energies very, very well. Like you can see masculine women that's comfortable in their sexuality, then you can see very feminine men that are comfortable, or gay men they're very comfortable in their feminine energy. And it's like you have psychological issues, or it could be issues around your own sexuality that you might not want to express those, like that gay side, or that like all just express that sexuality side, but you're ruled by the sex planet Scorpio. When you research Scorpio, you'll understand that Scorpio energy rules the eighth house. It is the sexual organs. It is a sexual planet. That's why I wrote down master sexual energy. That's yoga, tantra, sex magic. And you can pause the video and research all that and understand more what I mean about that Scorpio energy, to understand who you are. And also, what type of powers you have, because Scorpio is very, very powerful energy. And it's like, yes, it's a Scorpion, but it's also the Phoenix. And the Phoenix dying and being reborn. But like I said, you have Mars in a good his good sign of Aries, but it's squaring off with Neptune. Is also rules angels, the higher dimensions. Uranus is also the archangel energy, the alien energy, other world energy. So you may have issues with higher dimensional beings messing with you. That's why that's another dot going toward you need protection while you sleeping. Okay. So I could say write these notes down and we could elaborate more on that. Like say if we do a recap. But that's very interesting when I saw same right here with that Venus square Jupiter. If you research it, you'll see this is very, very bad aspect for marriage. This when I see this in somebody's chart, this shows me that they have unfinished karma with a husband, children, a guru, teachers, or female gurus or female teachers, or females um, that are very, very like trying to be the boss type energy, or just females that have, or it could show issues with money. Like this is a good money aspect, but it's like you get the money, but it comes and goes, or you get it and you don't know how to use it, or you get it and it sticks, but you always come across things that you have to spend big purchases on. Like this is a very, very difficult aspect. But later on in life, like this energy, all the squares can be mastered. It gets better over time. Like the squares age like fine wine in astrology. So all the squares you have will maybe hard for the first 35, 40 years of the life of your life, but once you get up in age, like especially past your Saturn returning into like your 30s, your late 30s, getting into 40, it gets so much better. It gets so much better. Um, but that's the aspects. But let's see what else. Let's see. Let me go back to the main page. Let's see. Your ascendant ruling is rising. Pluto ties to the underworld. I talked about that. So your North Node. Remember, North Node is new karma. So your North Node is Capricorn. Old people represents Capricorn. Old people, the bones, the structures of reality, legacy. So you meant to leave a powerful legacy this lifetime. You're meant to really, really have foundation, structures, authority this lifetime, okay? And your North Node is in the second house, so you really meant to have a lot of money this lifetime. It is your chart is really, really giving guidance of fortune, uh, energy, like really being a helper. Because remember, Uranus also rule groups. Uranus also rule internet. Uranus also rule humanitarian. So giving back, being of service, like you got Vesta being of service here. You got Uranus in the money house. So you got two key points in money houses that deal with humanitarianism, service, um, like a divine mission in your money houses. So you really do need to be giving back, helping the collective, helping Mother Earth, the planet, and just helping some type of way that make people lives and the planet much better to live on. Let's see what else. But yeah, the North Node is Capricorn, the ruler. How you look at it, because all is a story. The ruler, what is it? The ruler of Capricorn is Saturn. Okay, Saturn is in Aquarius. Saturn rules Aquarius. So this is telling me that again, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, going back to again to being different, weird, that gay energy, um, just very, very free. The rebellion, the rebel, the like I'm gonna love whoever I wanna love, I'm gonna be whoever I wanna be. You can't stop me from being me. Unique, Beyonce. Beyonce song. So just like it shows that your karma is around being unique. Being a unique because it's your Saturn is conjunct Lilith, as you can see right here in the second house with your with your fortune. So you are fortunate at being dark mother. You are fortunate at being a mystery. People can't figure you out. But can you figure yourself out? Do you know who you are on a subconscious level? Do you know all of your fears, your phobias? What makes you tick? Are you able to access those parts of your consciousness to unravel um, the different shades of who you are? Okay, that's deep. That's real, real deep. Like, let me know you ever heard of like past life regression meditations to really unlock those different parts of you that can be hidden because again, Lilith deal with hiding. Okay, hiding, um, and being afraid of revealing oneself. Like you have a lot of aspects that deal with not wanting to be seen, not wanting to be revealed. Very interesting, very interesting. So going back to the psychic attacks, because it did, like I say, Scorpio energy is a magnet. All the fixed signs deal with magnetism and being a magnet. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. So you have a lot of fixed energy in the sense of like pulling things in. So like I said, the Aquarius, Uranus energy, it deals with group energy, being in a group, but also Scorpio energy to being a magnet to these things. Because like a lot of Scorpio people, some and also Pluto heavy people, they might not be into none of this. But the key is to be into this because a lot of them may fear it. But the goal is to awaken and tap into this because if you don't tap into it, God, the universe, gonna bring people in to use this against you. You might be like, "Oh, girl, I'm not into all this. I'm not into magic," or you might come across people that like that, and they have Scorpio energy, and they always attracting people that's abusing them, that's hurting them, that's being toxic to them, or they're being toxic because 9 times out of 10, Scorpio attracts dark entities, demons, and demonic forces that may be manipulating or playing on them or possessing them because Scorpio deal with possession. So that goes back into you needing that protection while you sleep because you have, again, it's your configuration. You have a configuration of like dark entities or forces outside of yourself trying to possess you. So heavy, heavy, heavy on the protection work and praying and really, really having a powerful connection to the divine, your archangels, your spirit team, your spirit guides to help cover you. But like I say, the Palace and Lilith energy is like a watcher. Like if you watch the show Sabrina on Netflix, you'll understand Lilith. If you watch Greek things and research Athena, you'll understand the energy of Athena and combining those energies to embody and master your North Node because your North Node points to you becoming both of these energies. Okay, and your karmic, heavy karmic destiny, hard lessons, third house matters. So research the third house because you have Saturn in the third house. Um, and you'll understand researching Saturn in the third house and then researching Saturn in Aquarius. It's layers. So you research Saturn in Aquarius, but you'll do that for every single planet. Neptune in Capricorn, Uranus in Capricorn, Lilith in Aquarius. You'll research all that. That's step one. Step two, you'll move over and research them in the houses. Okay, to see how it's going to play out and see how it's going to express itself in your reality. Okay, and again, like by Uranus, like I said, yes, Uranus will have gay people by you having the second house, gay people can work for you, or you could have because Neptune deal with magicians and magic as well. You could be like I said, a high priestess energy, um, powerful magical friends, um, gods and goddesses. Because Uranus deal with gods and goddesses energy. You can, I mean, this is very, very powerful energy of I mean, manifesting magic. And the second house is the throat. So speaking, like you know how people say, oh, you gotta watch what you say. The sword, the tongue is the sword. You know, you gotta watch. That's definitely true for you because you have a packed second house. So that quote and saying will apply to people who have heavy second house energy, and you have one, two, three, four points in the second house of the throat. So making sure your thyroid is right. Really drinking things to soothe the throat. That's why I asked did you smoke because, like I said, a lot of people that have all this energy in the second house are smokers, or they can do hardcore drugs because it's a heavy throat chakra. But like I said, we're gonna talk more because this is very very interesting, and it takes time to unravel all of this. But with the South Node, I'm gonna touch on the mom energy because it shows that you got Chiron with the moon. Chiron is the womb, your womb, but also our healing ability. So it shows because I had the aspect too. I had to help heal my mom a lot, and it shows that you have to help heal your mom as well. Like a wounded mother having to heal a lot of karmic cycles from the mom and her family and her bloodline. Oh, excuse me, her bloodline. And also, you have to transmute, detox your mind, body, and spirit of all that heavy karmic energy passed down from your mom and all the psychological problems that she may have passed down or her bloodline may have passed down to you. But it's in the ninth house, in the eighth house. So the South Node is in the eighth house. The South Node, like I said, the past life point that makes our karmic point of the past life. So it shows the eighth house. Like I say, the eighth house is everything Scorpio. So when you research eighth house, you'll see the eighth house deal with death, sex, transformation, merging with others. It could deal with procreation because, like I said, the eighth house deal with the private parts. Um, your children, what your children gonna be like, and different things like that. Like I said, it's very, very deep. A lot of research around that energy. But the rule of the South Node is the moon is in the ninth. So your mom can be like a very, very powerful religious figure. She can be heavy in her faith. Everything ninth house, because the ninth house deal with the God you serve. So you could serve a divine mother energy that could be wounded. You could serve a divine mother energy that needs a lot of healing, but also have healing power at the same time. But also, this could show that you and your mom had some type of tight bond, tight link in a past life. Because, like I say, this point is in the eighth house of merging, of being one with someone else. So, when it's linked to the mom like that, it deals with like you and your mom could have been one soul, and she had to like have you this lifetime and like separate, like rip her soul in half to have you. So that's how it is with children. Like they come from you, but it's like your soul is ripping, parts of itself off to have that child. But it's very very deep. Like I say, it's you have to go deeper into this and connect more dots because all this is dots. Okay, so I'm over the 30-minute mark, but we definitely should do a recap session to go deeper. I want you to take your notes, watch this a couple times, and really dive deeper into your own personal research, and then we could do a recap and I can answer and elaborate more on some of the stuff I was saying. So I hope you enjoyed this natal chart reading, and good luck to you in your journey. I love you. You got this. Be blessed. Bye bye.